Hi friends, Namaste. I am Ananta Sharma. In this video, I propose to discuss the chart of a sports person, that is PV Sindhu. So, the native of this chart is the famous shuttle player PV Sindhu. She won 2 Olympic medals in 2 consecutive tournaments, one in 2016 and another in 2021. She was awarded Padma Bhushan by the government of India. I would like to remind you of the formula for the native to become a sports person given by Sri B.V. Raman in his How to Judge a Horoscope in the 3rd chapter. That is, if the Lord of the 3rd house combines with the Lord of the 6th house in the 6th house, the native becomes a sports person or an athlete. So, 3rd house, 6th house, 3rd lord, and 6th lord combining in 6th house. So, 3rd house and 6th house and their lords are important in this combination. So, basing on this formula, we may formulate the combination for sports person in this way in our Jaimini context. That is, if the Arudha Rajyapada or their lords and AMK combined with the number 1, Bhratrupada A3, Lord of A3, and Bhratrukaraka BK. These 3 represent the 3rd house. Then Shatrupada or Shashtapada A6, Lord of A6, and Jnatikaraka. Jnatikaraka is the Karaka of the 6th house. So A6, Lord of A6 and GK, they signify the 6th house. So Arudhalabha or Rajyapada or their lords combined with A3, Lord of A3 and BK, A6, Lord of A6 and GK, and also to Mars, the natural Karaka for sports, the native is a sportsman or an athlete. Before analyzing this chart, I would mention a few Parashara yogas in this chart. You know, the best Parashara yoga is a combination of 9th and 10th laws. It is called Dharma Karma Dhipa Yoga. Here the Lagna is a Kanya, the 9th house is Vrashabha, the 10th house is Mithana. So here the Janma Lagna is a Kanya, the 9th lord is Venus, 10th lord is Mercury. Mercury is in the 9th house and Venus is in the 10th house. So this is called, there is a parivartana between Mercury and Venus. So this is a combination of 9th and 10th laws. Then the 5th house, another large yoga. The 5th house, that is Lagnadhipati and Panchamadhipati, the combination, is seen in a different way. The 5th house is Makara, and the lord of 5th house is Saturn. Saturn is in Meena. Saturn, the 5th lord, aspects Lagna Kanya from Meena. Also, the lord of the Lagna Mercury, by his 3rd aspect, Saturn aspects the lord. Saturn aspects, Saturn is the 5th lord. Then Saturn aspects the Lagna. And also the Lagnadhipati in Vrashabha by his 3rd aspect. Saturn aspects Lagna as well as the lord of the Lagna by his 3rd aspect. Then the 5th lord Saturn is in Meena and the 11th lord Moon is in Lagna. So Saturn and Moon aspect each other. There is a combination of 5th and 11th lords, which is a great Dhana Yoga. Then the combination of 7th and 11th lords also is termed as a good Raja Yoga. This is defined as a combination of the 7th house from Lagna and the 7th house from the 5th house. 7th house from the 5th house is 11th house from Lagna. Lagna is, say, Lagna. The 5th house from Lagna is something, and the 7th house from 5th house is again the 11th house from Lagna. That is why it is called combination of 7th and 11th lords. Hence, 7th lord Jupiter is in Vrishika, and the Vrishika aspects the 11th house Karkataka from Vrishika by his 9th aspects. Then the 11th house Lord Moon is in Kanya, and Moon aspects the 7th house. So Moon, 11th Lord aspects the 7th house. 7th Lord Jupiter aspects the 11th house. So this is one way of finding out the combination. And it is already stated that if the 3rd Lord combines with the 6th Lord in the 6th house, the native is a sports one. So see from Parashara angle, here the 3rd house is Vrishika, the 6th house is Kumbha. How Kumbha and Vrishika are connected to each other directly or through their lords? The lord of the 3rd house is Mars. Mars is in Simha. And the lord of the 6th house is Saturn. Saturn is in Meena. See, the lord of the 3rd house of Mars aspects the 3rd house Vrishika by his 4th aspect. The 3rd lord Mars also aspects the 6th house Kumbha by his 7th aspect. He also aspects lord of the 6th house Saturn by his 8th aspect. So, lord of the 3rd house Mars aspects the 3rd house as well as 6th house, and also the lord of the 6th house. Then also the lord of the Lagna and the 10th house, the Mercury aspects the 3rd house, which is an additional strength to the 3rd house and its significations. See, for instance, we know the native imbibes those qualities signified by any house. If Lagnadhipati aspects or is in any way connected to that bhava. Suppose Lagnadhipati is connected to 4th bhava, the Karakatvas of 4th house are magnified. So let us try some Jaimini aspects, Jaimini Rajayogas. Moon is the only planet who is connected to Janma Lagna in the D1 chart, and also to the Lagnas in D9 and D3 charts. See, Lagna is connected by 4 planets in the D1 chart. Moon, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, and Sun. Sun, Venus, Saturn, and Moon. Of the 4 planets, Moon aspects the Lagnas in the D3 and D9 charts also. So Moon is the planet who aspects the Lagna in D1 chart, the Lagnas in D3 and D9 charts. So Moon is Yogada. Moon is the Putrakaraka. Putrakaraka is very important Karaka. Then the Fara Lagna is Dhanus. Katika Lagna is Kanya. Janma Lagna is again Kanya. So there are 4 planets aspecting these 3 Lagnas. Janma Lagna, Hora Lagna, Katika Lagna. Moon, Saturn, Sun, and Venus. So Moon, Saturn, and Venus are the 3 planets who are connected to all the 3 Lagnas in the D1 chart. Saturn is the 10th from, I repeat, Vara Lagna is Dhanus, Jatika Lagna is Kanya, Janma Lagna is again Kanya. Moon, Saturn, Venus, and Sun are the 4 planets connected to all the 3 Lagnas in the D1 chart. So Saturn is the lord of the Saturn is the lord of the 10th from 10th, 10th from 8, and where 8 is Mesha, and Dharakaraka. Venus is the lord of A3, that is Vrashabha, and also GK. Moon is the lord of the 3rd house from A3. A3 is Vrashabha, God from A3 is Karkataka. Moon is the lord of third from A3 and Putrakaraka. Sun is also the planet aspecting these four lagnas in the D1 chart. Here, the Atmakaraka is another important Raja Yoga I am telling. Here, the Atmakaraka is Mercury. He is aspecting Arudha Lagna. He is in Vrushabha. So, the Arudha Lagna is Makara. Atmakaraka is Mercury. Mercury is in Vrushabha. He is aspecting Arudha Lagna Makara. And he is in Vrushabha. Mercury has two planets. Mercury has two planets, Sun and Venus, in his second house. Then Mars is the planet occupying the fourth house, and Saturn occupies the 11th house from Mercury. So, Mercury, the Atmakarakana Lagna Adhipati, is aspecting Arudha Lagna. He has two planets in the second house, one planet in the fourth house, and one planet in the 11th house. Second house, fourth house, and 11th house are occupied by planets. Again, the fifth house also is occupied by moon. That moon is full moon or waxing moon. So, these are called 4, 11, and 4, second, and 11 houses. They are called Argala houses. Fifth house also is an Argala house. Also, the fifth house from Mercury is Kanya, and it is occupied by waxing moon and hence benefit. Moon, none of these four Argala houses are neutralized. You know, Argala houses and counter Argala houses. The 12th house is the counter Argala place for the second house. If there are planets in the second house, if it is Argala. If the 12th house from the aspecting planet also has the same number of planets, then this Argala is neutralized. Similarly, 4th house from the aspecting planet, that is Mercury here. 4th house from aspecting planet is an Argala house. There is Mars here. If the 10th house also has a planet from Mercury, this Argala by Mars is neutralized. Similarly, the 11th house from Mercury is an Argala house. If third house from Mercury has planets, then the Argala caused by the planet in the 11th house is neutralized. So here, there are no planets in the 12th house, the 10th house, or third house from Mercury. So these Argalas are not neutralized. This is called Nirabhasargala by Jaimini. Another Argala is the fifth house. The fifth house from the aspecting planet must be occupied only by a benefic, not by any planet. Then the ninth house must be vacant. If there is a benefic planet in the ninth house, the fifth house must be vacant. That is, fifth house and ninth house are mutually counter Argala places. So here, the fifth house is occupied by moon, the action moon, a benefic, and ninth house from Mercury, that is Makara, is vacant. So this is a very, very great Raja Yoga. That is Mercury, Atmakaraka, and then the Lagnadhipati is endowed with Argala. Then, now I tell you a very, very important point. We know, I have been telling if Arudha or its lord combines with A3, lord of A3, BK, etc., the native is a performer, either a musician or a poet, etc., or a sportsman, right? The question is, if you are given 4 or 5 charts, all these 4 or 5 charts show combination, that is Arudha or A10, or they lost connected to A3, lord of A3, etc., etc. Then, how to say who is a poet, or who is a sportsman, or who is a software employee? So that is the question. So this is a valid question. Now we have to find out some distinguishing marks, distinguishing planets or karakas. We know the sthira karakas are natural karakas for poetry or singing, or moon and Venus for fine arts. Mars for sports, Mercury and Ketu for software, etc. Now here, another distinguishing mark is proposed here. The notice Argala here to the Atmakaraka Mercury. The Jaimini scholars actually say that if benefic planets occupy the Argala houses, it is called Shobhargala. And if malefic planets occupy the Argala houses, that is second, fourth, and 11th houses, it is Papargala. And they say Shobhargala gives good results, wealth, name, and fame. But what if malefics occupy those houses, second house, fourth house, and 11th house? So here is an example. It is said that this is how usually the Argala is understood. But what I understand is planets in the Argala houses indicate the nature of the person, nature of the native, and his activity. If there is Argala in the chart of a soldier or a policeman or a sports person, and if Argala houses are occupied by malefics, or the lords of the A3 or A6, these three malefic planets give aggressive attitude to the native. So if there are malefic planets in the Argala houses, malefic planets are Lord of A6 or Lord of A3. If they are present in the Argala houses, they give aggressive attitude to the native. If there is Argala in the chart of a poet or a scholar, Moon, Venus, Mercury, or Jupiter, or Putrakaraka, Bhratrakaraka, or A3, A5, AMK may be expected. They are all soft planets. Here, the nature is the native is a sports person, and hence he is aggressive in attitude. See the planets in the Argala houses. Mercury has Sun and Venus in the second house. Sun is a malefic. Venus is a Jnatikaraka, though he is a benefic, natural benefic. He is a Jnatikaraka, that is Lord of the sixth house, and hence malefic. Then the Venus is the Karaka of the sixth house. Mercury has Mars in the fourth house. You know, Mars is an aggressive planet. And Venus, Mercury has Saturn in the 11th house. So what are the planets occupying Argala houses? Sun, Jnatikaraka, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. Then the another house, that is fifth house, it must be occupied only by a benefic. There is no chance of having a malefic there. So fifth house is occupied by benefic here. So this is a very, very good Argala in this chart. Now we will discuss profession. So see the D10 chart. Now let us study profession in this chart. It is already been mentioned, and I repeat that the native is a sports person if the Arodhalabha, Rajyapada A10, their lords, and AMK and Mars are connected to A3, Lord of A3, BK, and also to A6, Lord of A6, and GK, the native is a sports person. Now, see the D10 chart. Arodha Lagna is Makara. Arodha Labha is Vrishchika. The Lord of Arodha Labha is Mars. The Amachakaraka and also the Lord of Rajyapada A10 and Lord of Bhratrapada and Shashtapada A6. Here, Mars, you see, A6 and A10 are together in Mesha. The Lord is Mars. Mars is AMK. So AMK, he is Mars. He occupies A6 and A10. In the earlier chart, I told you that A6, A10, and A3, they are generally connected to each other, one another, in one way or the other. So here, A10 and A6 are together. And sometimes A3 and A10 or A6 and A10, they are found together. So see the D10 chart. Arudha Lagna is Makara, Arudha Labha is Vrishika. The Lord of Arudha Labha is Mars, and the Mars is Amachakaraka, and also the Lord of A6 and A10. Jnatikaraka is Venus. So Bhratrupada A3. A3 is in Vrishaba. And the Putra Pada also is in Vrishaba. A3 and A5 are together in Vrishaba. A9 and A3 and A5 are A3 and A5. The Lord of A5, A3, Lord of A3 and A5, that is Lord of Vrishaba, is Venus. A3 and A5 are in mutual aspect with the 10th from A10 Makara. That is A3 and A5 aspect Makara. Makara is 10th from A10. So that is how these are all connected with each other. See the checklist. Now I tell you, I told you the definition. Arodhalabha, Rajapada, their laws are connected to so and so and so. You see whether all they are connected in the chart. The Arodhalabha Vrishika is occupied by Saturn. Saturn is which Saturn? Saturn is the Lord of Makara. Makara is the 10th from A10. That is Arodhalabha is connected to A10. Then it is occupied by Saturn. Saturn aspects 10th from A10 and also by Jupiter. The Arudha is aspected by the Lord Mars. So Arudha is aspected by Mars, Lord of A10, Lord of A6, AMK, and natural Karaka for force. All these 4 and 1 is Mars. Then Mars is also the Lord of A6 and A10. The Lord of Arudha A10 and A6, that is Mars, is in mutual aspect with Venus. Venus is in Leo, Simha, and Mars and Venus are in mutual aspect. So Venus is GK and Lord of A3 and A5 and is aspecting Makara. So Venus is aspecting Lord of Arudha and Venus is aspecting Makara, which is 10th from A10. Venus combined with the PK moon. Venus combines with the Uttarakaraka moon. This is always a great strength to the chart. Uttarakaraka actually has nothing to do with sports and games. But wherever Uttarakaraka is there, it gives leadership and then first among equals. First among equals. He is always there to a leader of her community. Then A5 Vrishika, so A5 Vrishaba, Lord of A5 Venus and PK Moon are aspecting Makara. So that is 10th from 8. The Atmakaraka Mercury is in Tola and Mercury aspects A5, A3 in Vrishaba, and also Atmakaraka Mercury is in mutual aspect with Venus, the Lord of A3, A5, and also with Putrakaraka PK Moon. So here is Atmakaraka Putrakaraka combination, Atmakaraka and the Lord of A3 combination, and Atmaka Putrakaraka and Amarchakaraka combination. Putrakaraka Amarchakaraka combination are all great combinations to lift the horoscope to a very great height. To sum up, the Arudha Lord of Arudha and also A10, A6, Mars, AMK, the Taraka for sports, Mars, the 10th from A10 are all connected to A3, Lord of A3, GK, thus satisfying all the requirements for the native to become a sports person. Here, strangely, Bharatru Karaka is missing. Pada A3 is involved in all these combinations. Lord of A3, Venus is also involved. But BK, Sun is missing. Of course, if Sun is also there, it is good. But Sun is missing, there is no harm for the combination. And the native to become a sports person. Connected to any of the above said padas or karakas. Mars is not connected. Mars is in Dhanush. He is not connected to any pada or any karaka. So another aspect of this native is Anil's career is she was appointed as a sub-collector by the government of Andhra Pradesh as a gift. Government of Andhra Pradesh, not government of Andhra Pradesh, government of Telangana. Government of Telangana as a gift for her achievements in the Olympics, winning medals, 2 medals. So, government employee. So, the formula for government employees, if A10 or 10 from A10 or their lords, or Udhalaba or its lord, they are connected to Sun. Connected to Sun. Then A2 is a government employee. I repeat, you please test it. If Arudhalabha or Lord of Arudhalabha, A10 or 10 from A10 are their laws. If these 5 are connected to Sun, then A2 is a government servant. So here, Tarkam Lagna is a here the Karkam Lagna is a Kanya. And it is connected to Sun because Karkam Lagna is aspected by Sun. Because there are sutras given by Jaimini. If Karkams Atma Karaka combines with Sun, he is a Rajakarya Paraha. That is, he works in government. If there are Sun and Venus in the 10th house, Venus is also Karaka for government service. Sun and Venus are there in the 10th house from Karakam Lagna. Then also the native is a government employee. These combinations may be applied with reference to Atma Karaka also. That means if Atma Karaka is combined to Sun with Sun, or Karakam Lagna is combined with connected to the Sun, or the 10th from Karakam Lagna or Atma Karaka is connected to Sun and Venus, the native is a government servant. So these 2 combinations may be applied to Atma Karaka also. We have already know that, seen that if A5 Vrushabha aspects Makara, so 10th from 10th house and 5th house combination gives government service. 5th house and 10th house combination with Sun. So A5 Vrushabha aspects Makara. The 10th from A10, Makara is 10 from A10. The Lord of A10, Venus, combines with the Uttarakaraka moon. Again, combination of 10th house and 5th house, or 10th Karaka and 5th Karaka. The Lord of A5, Venus and PK moon are in mutual aspect with Atmakaraka, with A10 Makara. A10 Mesha and also with 10 from A10 Makara. So also the Venus and Moon are in aspect in mutual aspect with Mars also, the Lord of A10. So these the Karkam Lagna is in Kanya and it is aspected by the Sun from Virgo. So this combination justifies our employment in government, Telangana government. The last item of this analysis is the native received 2 Olympic awards, great awards. So the Arodalaba, if it is connected to Moon, Venus, or Jupiter, or Putrakaraka, Lord of A5, the Amarchakaraka. I told you this combination number of times. Here you see Arudha Lava Vrishita. Scorpio is occupied by Jupiter and aspected by A10 and AMK Mars. The Lord of Arudha Mars is aspected by Jupiter, Moon, the Putrakaraka, and Venus, the Lord of A3 and A5. So, Arudha is occupied by Arudha Vrishika is occupied by Jupiter. Then Lord of Arudha Mars is connected to Moon and Venus. So thus justifying her receiving Olympic awards.